Last week, I made a video stating that I swore an oath to the Constitution, not to a man, and that I don't recognize the authority of anyone who calls themselves a king.
So today's Apple News alert said consumers are starting to worry about the economy. The economy? Y'all starting to worry about the economy?
These fucking idiots are convinced that the Republicans just signed no tax on tips, overtime, list goes on. You can't make this up.
So did y'all hear? MAGA is boycotting Colombian coffee, Peruvian coffee, any coffee that comes from Southern or Central America.
Okay, yeah. How y'all doing, guys? So, I have a question. Can we make decorum great again? Can we please do that? Because the way they just treated President Zelensky in that Oval Office, from what I just saw, it's ridiculous. That was reprehensible, y'all. That was absolutely reprehensible. They don't talk to their enemies like that, sitting in that daggum office. That was ridiculous. When I tell y'all, my jaw was on the floor and my stomach was churning with disgust. I couldn't believe it. These guys just do not care. They do not care about making America look crazy. They don't care about what we look like on the world stage. They absolutely do not care. It's like they are trying their best to destroy this nation. And it's like just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, they surprise you, shock you with new levels of low. One lady got on TikTok and she basically echoed the thoughts of a lot of us Americans. Had we been sitting there, World War III would have started right there. And Zelensky took a lot off them. That was so embarrassing and humiliating. And for this daggum Republican Congress lady's F-boy to open his mouth and start asking this man about a suit. A suit? In the middle of what this man is going through. He's going through all of that. And the best thing that you could come up with at that moment was to ask this man why he doesn't wear a suit. When you're sitting there looking like you just got your suit off the side of a road out of a donation box. Really? Y'all, it makes your blood boil. But let me come down off that. That's not even what this video was supposed to be about. Mind you, this video is supposed to be a bunch of compilations of things that are going on. And things are going on at breakneck speed. Before I can get this video edited, something else is happening. It's crumbling. It's crumbling. But y'all, look, what I do have on here is crazy. It's crazy. Not MAGA talking about we're not drinking coffee from Colombia, we're drinking coffee from Italy, and not knowing that coffee comes from Colombia as well. Not them doing that. Y'all, it never ends. It never ends. And apparently people are out here worried about what our soldiers are going to do, who they're going to fight for, if it really comes down to it when shit hits the fan. Are they going to really stand with this president who's calling himself a king and apparently on his way on the path to being basically a dictator? Or are y'all going to stand with the people? And this lady got on there, and I'm so glad she did it. She got on there and explained, we are loyal to the Constitution, not any man that stands up and proclaims himself to be king. So that was very refreshing to hear. Thank you for that, ma'am. Because, yeah, he is out of control. They are out of control up there. So, yeah, enjoy the compilation. I'll be back in just a little bit.
So MAGA women are in the find out stage right now because they're finding out that MAGA men basically use them for their anti-abortion sentiments and their hate against other women to get the bills passed that they needed to, remain in that MAGA man power, misogynistic type of mindset. And now they're saying, hey, you guys did your part. but now we want you out because women shouldn't be in leadership, right? So all of this talk about feminism, right, and how bad it is and whatnot, MAGA women have dug themselves a fucking grave because now they used you. They used you. They used you to push this anti-feministic, anti-abortion, anti-women, right, rhetoric, and now they want you out. So feminism got you the role, right, that you used to just completely demolish your own self, right? So now go back in the kitchen and go make your husband some food.
My MAGA mom asked me if I was excited to get my stimulus check. She said, I'm excited, it's gonna be about $5,000. I said, well, sweetie, you're dreaming. There ain't no check. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said, it sounds like a great idea, but it isn't gonna happen. And then I told her I was checking her bank account to make sure that her Social Security check had arrived. It was due the 22nd, and I think today's the 25th. Anyway, I told her I'd let her know if it actually got deposited. Keeping the faith.
So did y'all hear? MAGA is boycotting Colombian coffee, Peruvian coffee, any coffee that comes from Southern or Central America. So now they're only going to drink Italian coffee. But what they don't know is that Italy doesn't grow its own coffee. They get it from South and Central America. Good job, MAGA. Trumpy wasn't kidding when he said he loves the uneducated. I'll keep drinking my delicious Colombian coffee.
Last week, I made a video stating that I swore an oath to the Constitution, not to a man, and that I don't recognize the authority of anyone who calls themselves a king. And it has come to my attention that a number of people don't understand how our oath works. Some people left comments asking about, well, what about the fact that he's the president? While others left comments saying, he's the president. You'll follow orders no matter what. So I'm going to take some time and explain how this works. So when we join the military, we all swear an oath. As an enlisted member, I swear an oath of enlistment. Officers swear an oath that's similar to ours, but different because their responsibilities and expectations are different than ours. The president also swears an oath when he takes office. You may remember that both times that he was sworn in, there was this big controversy about how he didn't put his hand on the Bible when he swore the oath. Bible aside, that's not an important part about the oath. The important part is that he swore it, and he swore it in front of witnesses. So, Bible or not, that oath is still binding. In the presidential oath, he swears that he will, to the best of his ability, uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. It's a very simple oath, pretty short, and that's essentially it. In the enlisted oath, we swear that we will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States from, and I quote, all enemies, foreign and domestic. Close quote. We also swear, following that part, that we will obey the orders of the President of the United States and of all officers appointed above us. And that is where the clarification, I believe, is needed. So yes, we do swear to follow the orders of the President of the United States. However, first, we swear that we will uphold and defend the Constitution. The presidential part comes after that, and that is a very important detail. See, the Founding Fathers were worried that people in the government over time would become greedy and desire power. And so they specifically worded things so that the military could not be used to take power from the people and give it to one man. We don't swear any allegiance or loyalty to the president. The Constitution does not recognize the power and authority of any king. And so the moment that the president breaks his oath of office, his power and authority as president becomes null and void. And the moment that happens, we are no longer under oath to obey any orders that he may try to issue. And that is on purpose. Additionally, we are charged with disobeying any and all unlawful orders, regardless of who they come from.
So the Republicans had their show and tell day yesterday, and they brought with them their little budget. And it was what we expected, and then some. So they're planning, at a minimum, $2 trillion worth of cuts to give to, of course, the top 1%. Of course. And they are planning these cuts, a lot of them, through mandatory expenditures. Mandatory expenditures are Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. So they're planning these cuts, which they're not supposed to do, but they're going to do it anyway, because they got nothing from Doge. There was nothing that they found consequential at all. So it all has to come from Medicaid, Social Security, and Medicare, because that's where the money is. And that's where they're going to take it from. And they are doing it sneakily, because what they're doing is they're not outright planning these cuts to do themselves. They are saying, we're not going to give the money to the committees that oversee Medicaid, food stamps, and Social Security and Medicare. They are telling those committees that they will have to do those cuts because they're not going to get the money to fund them. So that is going to give them the slightest deniability in what they're doing. So I am done. I don't have any more fucks to give. This is the end. If I see a maggot come on here or anywhere saying, I didn't know that they were going to cut my Medicaid. I didn't know that they were going to cut my Social Security or my Medicare. I didn't know that they were going to take my SSI away from my disabled son. I don't want to hear a fucking word. Because if I do, I'm going to rub my hands in glee over your loss. Because you did this. You did this. You voted for this man. You knew what he was going to do, but you did it for the hate. You signed on for the hate. And that's why I am over the moon in happiness in your suffering. Because you're going to suffer. We're all going to suffer, but I'm going to take it out on you. Because you made it happen. And you wanted this. So, I am here just waiting for the hammer to fall. And these cuts are going to be horribly, horribly dangerous to the weakest, the most vulnerable of us all. And that's what they wanted. So Elon Musk can have another plane. So Jeff Bezos can have another yacht. That's what you got them. You gave it to them. You gave them their yacht, and it's coming out of your ass. But I'm glad. I'm glad if you're a maggot.
So today's Apple News Alert said, Consumers are starting to worry about the economy. The economy? Y'all starting to worry about the economy? The reason y'all voted for Trump was because of the economy. Remember? It was horrible. It was broken. Biden and Harris, the worst people in the whole freaking world. Yeah, I know. It wasn't broken, was it? It wasn't. It was normal inflation, as we always have, but nothing was wrong with the economy was actually thriving. People were traveling. People were shopping. People were opening businesses. And guess what? The unemployment rate was going this way. Now it's going this way. And guess what the prices are doing? Going this way. So prices going this way and unemployment going this way, that don't match. That don't go together. That don't add up. That's going to present a problem. Yeah, that's going to equal what they call a recession. Yeah. And y'all don't do well in recessions. And you know who I'm talking to. Y'all don't do well in recessions. Y'all don't fare well in recessions. So why would you put yourself in that position? Oh, because you voted for hate. You voted for stupidity. You voted to take away the rights of people that have done nothing to you. So this is what happens. You have to suffer the consequences of your actions. This is us entering that tough love phase. So you're going to have to just deal with it. You going to have to wear this ass whooping that you signed up for. That's what's going to happen. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Because guess what? Ain't nothing we can do about it. We on this grave train. We just going to have to ride it. Going to have to ride it. Going to have to ride it out. Yeah. Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts. It's going to be okay. Come on. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be all right.
Whatever happens, we cannot go into the streets. That's what they're doing. They're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to be even more crazy, even more over the top, more cruel, because they have to get us into the streets. Their whole plan pivots on martial law. Without being able to declare martial law, they're not going to be able to do half or more of what they want to do. We cannot take the fucking bait. Our protests are by the wallet. No more corporations outside of Costco. And all spending as local as humanly fucking possible. Cancel Prime. Cancel it. You get free shipping with orders over $35. You do not need to pay Prime if you still have to use Amazon. Because whether we like it or not, the motherfucker has a monopoly, and sometimes we can't get around him. We all know that. Cancel your Prime, though. That's where we protest. Stay out of the streets. Stay safe.
Now I'm unemployed, I have a ton of debt, and I'm also losing my health insurance.
Did it ever cross your mind that you could be fired in a second?
That part actually never crossed my mind.
Did your supervisor give you a reason for why you were getting fired?
They made it clear that I was not being terminated because of anything that I had done.
An HHS official sent Sandlin a letter saying your performance has not been adequate to justify further employment at the agency.
When I got it, it really upset me because it felt like it wasn't truthful. My boss, her boss, and even his boss all said that that was not true.
Our CBS News data team found that at the Veterans Health Administration, which implements the health care program for vets, probationary workers account for 30% of the staff. At the Department of Agriculture, it's 19% of the branch that performs food safety inspections. When it comes to air safety, about 1/3 of the TSA may be impacted. So far, 2,000 probationary workers at NIH have lost their jobs.
What does the public stand to lose with these widespread layoffs?
We are important and we do important work. We're impactful. And if you have questions or concerns about federal workers, ask one.
So consumer confidence is down by a lot. Nope, nobody saw this coming. Shocker, shocker. Nope. Who would have thought that a Nepo baby sucked at economics and business. Who would have thought that a dude who got his money from the bank of daddy and the bank of grandpa wasn't good at economics? Who'd have thunk it?
We need a president who's going to protect our jobs, protect our families, and put America first. We support President Trump and his commitment to prioritizing the long-term sustainable success of our industry, his commitment to making America great again. It is with great honor on behalf of the Steelworkers for Trump, I would like to officially endorse Donald J. Trump to be the next president of the United States of America. Thank you.
Last night, President-elect Trump also voiced his opposition to the deal. I guess, you know, obviously we had you guys join us here at Hudson today, primarily to sort of speak to a wider audience, especially down here in D.C. In terms of, are there one or two things that you really want to make sure that sort of this wider audience should know about this deal in terms of your perspectives, especially as the people who are either working in the plants or living in the communities where these plants are such a major part of?
So for me, yeah, very frustrated with the news that came out last night. I thought, I didn't think that, I didn't expect that to come out. So that was like it got punched. But I'd like them to know that, whatever, I would like to sit down and talk to them and find out what other plan they have if they don't like this deal. What's better? What other ideas that you have that's going to be better than that? Because we don't have one. I can't think of another better idea in the investments. And I just want them to realize that, they say these things in the media, and the stance that they take is going to affect thousands of steelworkers' jobs. That's very frustrating to me, to potentially lose these jobs for these.
The way y'all let that lady get dragged the fuck out that goddamn town hall meeting like she was a runaway slave getting ready to be put back in chains is the reason why the 92% is sitting their ass down. All of y'all took out y'all goddamn phones. Every last one of y'all was like, ooh, don't touch her. If that was the 92%, they would have got their asses whooped putting their hands on one of us. It would have been SmackDown WWE style. All them fucking chairs would have been flipped. We don't give a fuck if they were screwed to the ground. This is why black women ain't doing shit. Y'all white women let y'all white woman get dragged. The white men didn't even help. They was just, don't touch her. Y'all pulled out y'all phones. Every last one of y'all some fucking Karens. Y'all don't have no problem blowing up everybody's hotline when y'all pissed. Y'all don't have no problem reporting people to ICE. Y'all ain't got no problem saying, I want to speak to your manager. But when one of your own get dragged by her fucking legs and hands out of room by security, not even police, security, y'all don't do shit. That's why we ain't fucking moving.
And then I have a question for the WIG supporters. Do y'all remember when y'all swore that Mexicans were stealing your jobs? How do you feel knowing that now it's WIG and Elon Musk? God damn it. And then WIG said he's selling visas for $5 million. Who in the hell is he trying to get over here, Pablo Escobar? And then a man was caught attempting to smuggle cocaine onto a plane under his toupee. We need to see what in the hell under WIG toupee. And then nobody liked Lizzo when she was fat, but now that she's getting small, y'all mad because she's not fat anymore. That don't make a lot of sense. And then Target lost billions of dollars. Oh, damn. All because black people? That much power? We're not our ancestors? We don't play that shit? Walmart, Amazon, you're next. And then they discovered a new strand of COVID in bats in China. Why in the hell are bats in China always starting shit? And then did y'all see the father, and I do mean father, who knocked Mario coins out of that little girl for bullying his son in his face repeatedly after he asked her to stop? I'm not saying he was right, but I bet I ass won't bully nobody else.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with him 100%. That was a lesson learned indeed. Boy, the way that man slapped that little girl in her face. That. Listen, that was some old school stuff right there. Listen, when I tell y'all, he slapped her so hard, I had flashbacks of my childhood. I don't know if that was a trigger or what it was. But I don't know about y'all. When I came up and I was that age, it never even entered my mind to disrespect an adult the way these kids do that, and especially the way that little girl did. Are you serious? So the father of the child is standing there talking to you, telling you, listen, you can't talk to my son like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna stick your long neck out past this man and say something to his child still and think he's not gonna knock your head off your shoulders? I'm surprised it went as well as it did, to be honest with you. Because where's her parents? Where are her parents? Has this issue been spoken about before between parents? Like, what? How did it descend into this kind of chaos to where this man ended up putting his hand on this little girl like that? I mean, he slapped the sonic rings out of her, y'all. Pop, 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 pop. That was a slap heard around the world. It wasn't when Will hit Chris Tucker. Or what's that boy name? Chris Rock. I'm getting mixed up. Chris Rock. Y'all remember when Will Smith slapped the best out of Chris Rock? This is not a laughing matter. It's not. But they kept saying that was a slap heard around the world. No, this. When this man, pow! So I bet she won't do that again, though. I think he probably slapped some sense into her. She needs to go and sit with that slap. And if I was her parents, I would look at her like she crazy. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. Because these kids gotta learn. Long gone are the days of you just being able to get out here and bully people and nothing get done to you. They may not be fighting back and hitting back, but their parents sure are. Listen, that was days ago. I bet that girl face still hurt. She deserves to feel every bit of that pain. Don't do it no more. I'm about to forget that's a child, y'all. I'm about to forget that's a child. You act like an adult, though. You get smacked in your face like an adult. Because we weren't allowed. We weren't allowed. You let somebody in my neighborhood have had to do that to me when I was a kid. I would have got home. Forget me telling my mom and dad about it. They gonna know by the time I get home that happened. And then they gonna smack me on my behind. So like, I'm getting my butt tore up. Because why was I doing anything to make Mr. or Mrs. such and such have to put their hands on me? That means I was out of order and out of line. But there's no more of that anymore. These kids are running amok. That's why these teachers don't even want to go and teach in these schools, because these kids are so bad. So yeah. I mean, I hate it happened to her. But I love that for her internal thought process. Maybe it slaps some sense into her. Maybe it make her think twice before she goes back out here bullying people. Maybe she'll give it some thought and be like, you know what, maybe I need to chill out. I didn't like the way that felt, so let me not do that anymore. This man about broke my nose. He about broke my whole face with his hand. Let me reconsider. Let me not be out here missing people. Let me learn how to get somewhere and do what I gotta do. Drink water, mind my business, touch some grass, and leave folks alone. All right, y'all. Yeah. All right. I'm fixing to let y'all go. That is it. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of the things if you don't mind. I want to thank the person that got down in the comment section of my last video and let me know about the audio fluctuations and stuff that were going on with my editing. And so, y'all, I hope this video is better. And I said, that's probably why I'm not getting any subscribers. These people don't want to subscribe to the nonsense. So I'm trying to do better, make the videos better, make the content better, the audio better. Let me know how this goes, guys. Let me know how this is sounding on y'all's end. I do appreciate all the support, any like, any comment, any kind of interaction that you guys have with this video. As always, y'all know it all helps to support the algorithm for this video. It helps get it out to more people. So if y'all feel like it's worthy and it needs to be in the algorithm and needs to get out to more people, please continue to interact with the videos. If you want to go back and forth with me in the comments, you can. Please keep it respectful. Even if you want a thumbs down, that's still interaction. I do appreciate it. I'm grateful for my 9 subscribers that I have now. Shout outs to you guys. And thank you guys for watching. Did you hear again? And until next time, bye-bye.